What follows are the words a god spoke to a warrior at the edge of a battle he did not want to fight. The source is the Bhagavad Gita, a poem set inside a greater epic, the Mahabharata. A warrior named Arjuna drops his bow at the start of a civil war, refusing to raise a blade against his own cousins and teachers on the other side of the field. His charioteer, a cousin of his own called Krishna, is revealed as a divine incarnation, and for 18 chapters he answers Arjuna's grief with a teaching on duty, action, and the self that does not die. What follows is that teaching, adapted. This is not a conversation. It is a cosmic address, delivered to a named seeker while two armies wait for the signal to move. You are in Arjuna's place now. Do not look for flattery here. The charioteer is speaking. Listen. It is dawn on the field of Kurukshetra. The two armies have stood through the night. The conch shells have not yet sounded. The chariot is drawn up between the banners, and the warrior has stepped down from it and knelt beside the great wheel, the bow fallen in the dust at his feet. The charioteer remains at the reins. The horses are still. Now, in the pale hour before the clash, the voice that is older than the field itself begins to speak. Arjuna, you stand between two banners, and both call themselves loyal. Look at them without flinching. One is the banner of the house that pays you, that feeds you, that has clothed your name in its colors for as long as you can remember. The other is the banner of the self that must lie down to sleep at night, and that cannot sleep if the day has dishonored it. You have been trying to serve both and calling the attempt wisdom. It is not wisdom. It is the quiet erosion of the one banner that is truly yours. Dharma is the law of your own nature, and no paycheck has ever rewritten it. No title has ever rewritten it. No contract signed in a room with better furniture than yours has ever rewritten it. Duty is not obedience, Arjuna. Duty is the alignment of your action with the deepest truth you can presently see. Know which banner is truly yours. Walk under it. Today, write plainly what your role requires of you. Where it collides with your conscience, draft the honest plan that closes the gap, and begin to walk the closing. Now look at the bow in the dust, Arjuna. You sat down in the chariot and refused to lift it, and you mistook the refusal for wisdom. You have looked at every path and found a stain on every one, and you have called your trembling a conscience, and your conscience has become the wall behind which you hide from the field. Hear the teaching I gave you then, for I give you the same now. Inaction is a choice. It is the one choice that pretends to be none, and it carries the heaviest debt of all, because the debt is silent and because the debt compounds in the dark. When every path looks compromised, choose the path your clearest vision approves, and then give yourself wholly to the walking of it. The warrior who acts with partial wisdom and full commitment is greater than the one who waits forever for a certainty the field will never yield. Set the timer for 10 minutes. Write the options. When it rings, decide. Then act without looking back for the span of one full day, and see what the field returns to you. And there is a deeper teaching that belongs to this hour, Arjuna, because the bow has not lifted itself, and you have called the weight of it laziness. It has a truer name. It is tamas, the weight of darkness and inertia, and it feeds on every hour you feed it. Hear the three qualities that move the living. Tamas is the mud that holds the foot. Rajas is the fire that burns without direction, that scatters a man across 1,000 intentions and leaves him empty at dusk. Sattva is the clear flame that lights the path without consuming the one who walks it. The wise seeker does not curse the quality that rules him. The wise seeker names it and turns the chariot towards sattva by the only means the chariot knows, which is the next right action. Rate the state that holds you now: sluggish, agitated, or clear. If you are not clear, rise from where you sit and walk for the length of 10 slow breaths in open air before you return to the work of the day. The chariot turns when the warrior turns. The field is waiting. The day has been long. The sun that rose over the two armies has crossed the whole sky and begun to sink behind the western ridge, and the battle has paused, and the warrior has climbed back into the chariot and stands now at the rail with his hand on the bow, but the hand does not grip. The sky is turning the color of old copper. The horses drink from the still water a boy has brought in a wooden pail. The charioteer has not moved from his place at the reins. The voice that spoke at dawn speaks again in the long, slow light. Arjuna, you lie awake in the watches of the night, counting the ways you might fall, the house that might be taken, the name that might be stripped, the work that might vanish like a field of grain in a hailstorm you did not see coming. You have confused your work with its reward, and now the reward rules you like a second master, and the second master is more cruel than the first. Hear again the teaching of the chariot. You have the right to action. You have no right to the fruit of action. The fruit belongs to the field itself, to time, to the great turning of things that was turning long before your birth and will turn long after your name has gone back into silence. Your part is the work. Release the rest. The seeker who labors without grasping walks unbound through every storm, for nothing can be taken from one who claims nothing. Today, do the task that matters most to you, and do not look to see whether anyone noticed. Offer the work. Walk away from the fruit before the fruit has ripened. And know this, Arjuna, because the next teaching rises from the same root. The one who masters action is not the one who watches the scoreboard. You have been pouring yourself into numbers that will forget you by morning. You measure your days by tallies, and the tallies have begun to measure you. And the shape of the man is changing to fit the shape of the count. This is not discipline. This is the slow surrender of the self to the watching eye. Hear the deeper way. Act with full attention, and let the sun rise on what you have done without your permission. The rays do not count themselves. The river does not count the sea. Only the work is yours. Only the effort belongs to you. Tonight, before you lie down, write one page about the quality of your effort alone. Grade the process. Leave the results to the field. The field has kept its own ledgers since before the first warrior rode out to meet the first dawn, and the field does not need your help. And now, Arjuna, the last and the oldest teaching, because the hour has come for the teaching that holds all the others. The self is eternal. The body is borrowed. The bank account is a shadow cast by circumstance across a wall that will itself be rubble in 100 years. You shake tonight because you have mistaken the shadow for the one who casts it. Know the witness within the changing. The field changes. The seasons change. The flesh that holds you now will pass like every season before it. And still the knower of the field remains, uncut by the blades of the warriors, undrowned by the waters of the flood, unburned by the fires of the city. What can illness take from the one who is not the body? What can ruin take from the one who is not the number? Sit quietly for the length of 10 slow breaths and ask yourself the one question that belongs to this hour. If I lost the work, the house, and the health, who is still here? Write one paragraph answering that question in plain words, and do not flinch from the answer, for the answer is older than the grief it silences. The conch shells will sound again at the next dawn, Arjuna, and the field will turn. Stand, lift the bow, and walk the path of the self that does not die.